Oh my god, what has happened, ladies and gentlemen? Elimination Chamber 2018 is over and done with, and I'm here to talk to you about everything that happened. Let's get this thing started. I'm Mr. Hunts. Let's go. Alright, so we started things off with the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber match, and I thought it was probably the match of the night. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm here to talk to you guys about why I have such a strong opinion right now. So we started off, it was Bayley versus Sonya Deville, and you know, that just kind of happened. Then Mandy Rose came out. Then they beat the crap out of Bayley. All right, after tying her up in the chain like that, you know. Then Sasha Banks came out to equal or even the odds, rather. So it was a 2-on-2. Sasha Banks pretty much destroyed Absolution, and then her and Bayley got the upper hand, right? After that, it was Mickie James came out. You know, she did a lot of stuff. She jumped off the pod, you know, which was cool. She got, I think, Sonya? I don't know. She got Sonya out, I'm pretty sure. Then we started getting down to eliminations. Eventually, it got down to where it was just Sasha Banks and Bayley, and Alexa Bliss still had to come into the match, right? Alexa Bliss comes into the match, and Sasha Banks and Bayley are still, of course, a team. So they team up on Alexa Bliss. They climb all around the cage, and you know, it's pretty cool, right? It eventually gets down to where Sasha Banks and Bayley have cornered Alexa Bliss, and they finally beat the crap out of Alexa. Then when you thought that they just have a guaranteed win, basically, we've got Sasha Banks kicks Bayley in the head. What? What? I'm not gonna lie, I've expected a heel turn from Sasha for a while now, but every time it gets teased, I'm just like, it's just another tease. I don't think that this was a tease anymore. I think this was like an official heel turn, right? Because after that, they started fighting. Bayley threw Sasha into a turnbuckle. You know, that stuff. They are fighting. Eventually, eventually Bayley hits Sasha with a Bayley to belly off the top rope. You know, you think that Sasha's gonna get out, but out of nowhere, Alexa Bliss comes over, rolls up Bayley, gets the 1, 2, 3. Now it's down to Alexa and Sasha Banks, and this match is, you know, it goes on for a while before Alexa Bliss finally gets the pinfall. And you know, I thought it was a really good match. I can't really explain how it happened right now, because the best way to explain an Elimination Chamber is just to go watch it yourself. $9.99 on the WWE Network. I'm plugging your stuff, WWE! And you know, you get the first month free, right? Up next, we had Titus Worldwide. I'm not gonna do that. What? It was Titus Worldwide, you know, Apollo and Titus O'Neil versus The Bar. It was actually a really, you know, cool match, I actually thought. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would. The Bar, of course, retaining their titles, but it had me thinking for, you know, a while. I'm like, wow, maybe, you know, Titus O'Neil and Apollo are gonna get these things, and like, nope. So that was a cool match. Nothing, you know, too special or noteworthy happened, but I just really liked the match, especially more than I thought I would. Up next, we had Asuka versus Nia Jax, the irresistible force. You know, Hulk Hogan. I'm sorry, that's the only thing that I can think of whenever I think of that word now. You know, because of the whole classic, the irresistible. I can't say irresistible. The whole thing at WrestleMania 3, the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. Then, you know, Stone Cold. You're right. I mean, they always put those together. Right? I just can't. I mean, like, I like the nickname. Alright, I like the nickname. It just, I'm always reminded of Hulkamania, brother! Anyways, the match itself, you know, Nia Jax dominated most of it. Alexa's already fought! Asuka got the win in the end, I think with a, pinfall, like a roll-up, right? I know it was a pinfall, I'm pretty sure it's a roll-up, right? I've only watched it once, you know, this is like my initial reactions. Probably the... I don't know, like, I like the match, but I feel like it could have gone, I don't know, I liked it, right? That was cool, you know. Nia Jax is getting to be, like, the Braun Strowman of the women's division, and it's only a matter of time before she gets the title. I'm sorry if you don't like her, but it's true. It started off with Nia Jax backstage, showed a picture of Asuka's mask on the floor. Nia Jax, you know, crushed that. Alright, but it turned out Asuka's still undefeated. Nia's not going to the title match at WrestleMania, so there's that. Yeah! Up next we had Woken Matt Hardy versus the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt. You know, this match was probably the most, I hate to say this word, but ignored, you know, just because there were no WrestleMania implications, and it was more or less a filler, even though they have been building the feud for a long time now. I just, you know, that being said, I actually really enjoyed the match. I didn't really have a match that I didn't enjoy on this pay-per-view. It just wasn't the most, it was the least important match on the card, right? Started off, you know, Woken Matt Hardy came out, and then Bray Wyatt, but Bray Wyatt, you know, the lights came out on him, and then Woken Matt Hardy had disappeared from the ring. Bray Wyatt's like, oh, where's Waldo? So he looks around ringside, he looks, you know, in the timekeeper's area, and he finally looks under the ring, and lo and behold, Matt Hardy's not there. But whenever the camera pans out, Matt Hardy's like standing right next to him, and he, yeah. And then it, you know, just goes on like a normal match for the rest. Matt Hardy eventually wins with a twist of fate, right? I think. Yeah, he hit the twist of fate, not the side effect. The side effect is the other one. And he won with the twist of fate. So that match happened. It's interesting to see where Woken Matt's gonna go now, as well as Bray Wyatt. Hopefully they both only go up, because I'm a huge fan of both of them. Up next we had the Ronda Rousey Raw contract signing, or rather Monday Night Raw. You know, I say that because the ICO Pro banner in the background, which, by the way, in my last video I put that up backwards. So that's been flipped around, so your OCD can rest easy now. Anyways, Ronda Rousey signing her Monday Night Raw contract at Elimination Chamber last night. I wasn't really sure how it's gonna go, especially since, like, especially in the UFC, you don't really need a lot of mic skills, and you know, it kind of showed that Ronda didn't have those. But you know, she was like, I still think she did good. You know, she was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm finally here. And I'm not trying to make fun of her, I'm just, you know, it's you know, I liked it. She, you know, said, if it wasn't for Roddy Piper, I get the two names confused now, it's kind of hard for me. Roddy Piper, if it wasn't for him, she wouldn't have even gotten into combat sports, and, you know, crowd cheered for that. You know, that was cool. Anyways, Kurt Angle came out, introduced Stephanie McMahon and Triple H. They both came out, and then Triple H introduced Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey came out, and you know, Ronda Rousey did her little, you know, I'm glad to be here, talk, right? You know, she brought up Roddy Piper, like I said before, and you know, all that stuff happened. And then Triple H and Stephanie were like, well, this contract isn't just for Monday Night Raw. No! This contract is also for a match at the grandest stage of them all. I need a WrestleMania sign now. I just can't do that without a WrestleMania sign. Next time on Hunt's Wrestle. Anyways, Ronda Rousey has a match at WrestleMania now, because she did sign the contract, most likely against Stephanie McMahon. Kurt Angle was like, well, you know, 3 years in the making, and now we own the beach. You know, that, you know, he didn't say that. He was about to, and then Triple H was like, whoa! Ronda eventually ended up putting Triple H through the table, and signing her contract and throwing it on top of Triple H. That's most likely what that's gonna be setting up for. Ronda Rousey versus Stephanie. Yeah, I did a video previously, it was like The Rock had something planned, Ronda Rousey and The Rock versus Triple H and Stephanie, you know, because a continuation from WrestleMania 31, you know, it's possible, right? Up next we had the final match of the night, the men's Elimination Chamber match, winner going on to WrestleMania to face Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship title. I thought this was a really good match, and the only reason I'm saying that this isn't the best match of the night is because of who won, unfortunately, which I'll get to that later. I've got a whole theory planned out in my head, and I can't wait to tell you guys about that. So it started off, you know, it was a really good match. It started off as a triple threat rather than a one-on-one, because it was a 7-man match instead of just a 6-man match like it normally is. And I doubt they want to build another chamber with just one more pod. I don't know, that's you know, whatever. But it got down, basically Braun Strowman got into the ring, he's like, you're all gonna get these hands, and then bah, and then bah, and then bah, and then bah. And he eliminated everyone in the match except for the one person that won, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns only got one elimination. It was he eliminated Braun Strowman. You know, a lot of cool stuff happened in this match, like Miz being thrown off the announce table, or not, the Elimination Chamber pod by Braun Strowman, which was really cool. Braun Strowman standing above that with his arms raised, you know, everybody was laying down. It was a cool shot, right? But it got down to Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns, rivalry that I've been a big fan of, and unfortunately for me at least, Roman Reigns got the win, and he's going on to his 4th WrestleMania main event in a row, which, you know, I don't think that Stone Cold or The Rock did that many main events. Or John Cena, for that matter. Right? Yeah. So that's crazy, especially in a row. Number 4, a rematch from WrestleMania 31. You know, it's cool, I guess, if you're a fan of both of those guys, or one of those guys, or whatever. It's cool, right? I mean, I'm a fan of them both. I just didn't really want to see that again. Like, make no mistake about it, I would love to see the match, just not as the main event, right? Which could happen, right? Because I really want to see Nakamura versus AJ Styles. You know, that's a match that I really want to see, right? I mean, a lot of people want to see that, and I really hope that that goes on last. If that goes on last, I have no problem with, you know, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns Part 2 in the middle of the show at WrestleMania. Alright, but speaking of that match, I've got a theory for that match. So remember WrestleMania 31, right before, everyone was concerned that Brock Lesnar's contract with the WWE was going to expire and he wasn't going to re-sign? Yeah. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Because it's happening right now too. It's like a repeat of that year, which only makes sense for the ending of the match to be the exact same way. So hear me out. This is how it's going to play out. Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar are going to beat the absolute living crap out of each other, and you know, it's eventually going to come down. Roman hits a spear on Brock Lesnar, but Roman's too tired to cover and Brock Lesnar's too hurt to get up, and then they're both laying down. You all of a sudden hear F-A-B-U-L-O-U-A. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Carmella comes out with her Money in the Bank briefcase in hand and makes the match a triple threat match. That's right, Carmella versus Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. That's gonna happen. I'm calling it here first. Carmella's gonna cover, this time Brock Lesnar, which is, you know, something that no one has done other than Goldberg and like forever. Carmella will be the next and first ever women's Universal Champion. I'm calling it right now. I'm just gonna say that if this actually does happen, I'm gonna film a video of myself like eating something that's not a Tide Pod and upload. If this happens, I wouldn't even be mad if this happens. This is actually great, right? I really want this to just because of how crazy it is. Anyways, guys, that was my little rundown of the Elimination Chamber. This was the first ever episode of Let's Talk, and you know, I really plan on doing a lot more of these, because I actually really enjoyed filming this. Let's just see if I enjoy editing it, you know, because I stopped a lot, you know, so it's gonna be a lot of jump cuts. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, leave a comment what we should talk about next other than Fastlane, because you can bet your butt that's gonna be one of the Let's Talks as well. Alright, I'm just letting you know, all the graphics I've been putting over here, they've been made by me. You know, I'm just plugging my own, you know, artistic ability. And until next time, guys, I'm Mr. Hunt, and I will see you all later. Goodbye.